took diligent notes. Respect to you guys. If you ladies could go around and use one word to describe Fresh and Fit. How many girls, show of hands, have been on Fresh and Fit's podcast before? 1, 2, 3. I see a lot of hands. I see some hands that are...
Misogyny.
Okay,
looks like it's 50-50.
Okay, so 50-50. If you could go around and give one word to describe your experience on the show or your thoughts on these two gentlemen, go ahead. We'll start with you.
Let's hear it.
Keep it a million. We're not gonna.
Keep it a million.
We're not gonna.
Don't be like, they nice. No.
Don't hold back.
Nice.
2 words.
Be honest.
Go
be
ahead.
honest.
Give one word.
I don't like it.
You don't like them.
That's not one word.
How about this? One sentence, okay?
What the?
2 sentences, not acceptable. Melina?
Harmful.
Harmful.
Yes, I do.
Sometimes taken out of context, but the core I agree with.
Okay. Maria?
Cold.
Cold. Let's turn Maria's mic up. She's feeling a little cold out here.
Hello,
Okay. Pretty in pink?
Unique and educational.
Okay. Interesting. Janelle?
Sexy, delightfully refreshing, harsh truth, but reality, and always orgasmic because that's my brand.
Shout out to this gorgeous girl in the white dress. Somebody wipe her up tonight. How about you in the blue?
I would say jarring, for good and for bad. It can make you feel jarring to the point where you want to do better, or it can force you back into more delusion.
Are you an Aussie?
I am, yeah.
Shout out to you. Down under. How about you?
I love these two. This will be my 4th time on the show. I'm friends with their behind-the-scenes crew, too. I have a lot of respect for them. They opened up my eyes to different viewpoints. I was definitely delusional. I hated them at first, which they know. And then I started listening to their content, and I started to agree with them, and then I came on the show. And
why were you delusional before their show, and what happened afterwards?
Because, like they say, I mean, women really don't know what men want. Women truly, I mean, we really are delusional, especially living in Miami. There is a lot of delusion, and the women here give terrible, terrible advice. I feel like most of the women just can't handle the truth. And I feel like that's why they get so angry with these two. But I think it's important to remember that your triggers are your own responsibility, and these women are coming on their show, so these two don't need to walk on eggshells to take account of their feelings.
Respect to you for that mindset. Clap it up for that answer, by the way. Gigi.
I am recently in knowledge of you guys, so far I feel that you're super honest and like you speak the truth, and sometimes it's not easy to hear, but it's the
Just
truth.
wait for how honest he's going to get with you, okay? Wait for the honesty. Okay, Georgia Mafia.
Well, I normally don't make an opinion so fast, but if I have to say first thoughts, confident, challenging, self-righteous.
Okay. Do you like a man like that, who's confident and challenging?
Yes.
Would you ladies agree or disagree that you want a confident, challenging man?
Agree. Sure.
Okay.
Maybe not the
I see a lot of agrees and nodding of the head. Ladies on the couch, one word or one sentence to describe Fresh and Fit. This is where a mic gets in front of the lady's face and they talk.
They said ballsy.
Yeah, one girl said
Ballsy?
Yeah,
Okay.
We can run through one word each.
Okay, one word each. Go ahead.
Yeah, just pass the ladies. So just pass the mic. Okay, and then just.
Other than ballsy.
Don't be scared. We don't bite.
She's getting it ready now.
Hi.
We're doing live.
One word.
Yeah, they're mind opening.
Okay. Who's next?
Yeah, it's very straightforward, very honest and truthful. I love Fresh and Fit. My husband's here. We watch it together.
There they are.
Shout out to that. Okay. Who's up next? Who's up next?
Hey, me.
Yeah.
2 young guys telling the truth, warning guys, and being honest, straightforward, and having fun with it.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
It's okay, ladies. You can tell us how you really feel. Don't suck up just because we're live on air on Valuetainment. Go ahead.
Occasionally accurate information.
Occasionally. Okay.
Occasionally accurate.
No facts. No facts.
A lot of fake news out here.
Occasionally.
Occasionally accurate. Okay.
The intent and the core is there, but some other guests need to get their facts more accurate.
Oh, she means Zerka. She means Zerka.
You're right. That was my first time on the podcast, and it wasn't the best experience.
Is Zerka here? Yeah. You guys might meet him today. Who knows? We'll see.
Zerka
might have a
even here?
surprise for y'all.
He might pull up.
Yeah. Okay. Keep
Yeah,
going.
so what I said, ballsy.
Okay. All right.
I think that you can learn a lot from this podcast, and you get different perspectives and different opinions.
Okay.
Uncomfortable truths and W-Riz.
Oh, shit. W-Riz.
I'm going to say outspoken. From what I can tell thus far, you guys definitely don't hold back, so it's very refreshing.
Okay.
BBC.
All right. Who else?
Very direct.
Direct. Okay. Next.
Honest.
All right.
I'm going to say socially, economically, politically correct, but also incorrect.
How could that those two exist?
I think you guys are correct
Make it
in a
make
lot
sense.
of different ways, but I also think that you guys are missing one whole side of the chapter that you guys don't speak about.
Okay. What are we missing specifically?
The women's perspective.
Okay. From what lens do you mean? Like
Well,
as
I
far as
mean,
like.
this can turn into a whole hour debate itself. I mean, it's...
Well, just to their defense, the women's perspective, there's 30 of you guys, there's 3 of us, so we want your perspective. That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, so
on your
like,
show,
so-
you have dozens of women on the
You're
show.
not going to kick us out.
Absolutely. That's why I said you guys are
No, you're
politically, socially, and
disrespectful.
economically correct, right? So then I said you guys are also incorrect because the way you badger women on the show, I don't agree with, and I think there's a whole nother side that women have that they can have opportunity to plan like you guys plan. So that's why you guys are correct, but also there's another side.
How do they badger women? I've been on the show 4 times. This will be my 5th. I'm not going to say that because y'all are going to do that weird thing.
I think the
They
facts
don't
that they
badger-
can plan
Hold on,
out
can
their
I finish-
argument.
Can I finish my thought one moment?
Finish
Thank
it.
you, please. They don't badger women. They sometimes have to put women in their place when they're disrespectful to them or to the rules or to other women on the panel. So let's
No,
call,
I
let's
totally
call
agree.
A spade,
That's why
let's
they're
call
correct.
a spade, right? Correct?
Absolutely, that's why they're correct. But also, there could be an opportunity where women could do the same to them, right? Where there
But
could be
but it's
10
not
men,
the women's show. It's the Fresh and Fit show, and they can have whatever guest on that they want to have on.
and that's why I think they're correct, but also incorrect.
But
Isn't
let's
that my
be-
opinion?
Let's be
and my
realistic
perspective
here.
as a woman.
When you book the show, I know days in advance before I'm going on a show. So I mean, it's your own problem if you go on and make yourself look like an idiot. And I've watched a lot of women look stupid.
And fair warning, and what I will say is fair thing to Fresh and Fit is every single time before every single show, they literally instruct you how to not make yourself look like an idiot. They literally go through this deep thing of like, don't do this, don't do that, you're gonna look dumb. And girls still do it.
But because women
No,
have
listen, I don't think
self-control.
I don't think anyone looks like an idiot.
Then
I
they
don't
go
think-
on the show and act a fool.
Facts.
And someone was saying something about truth. Women don't speak the truth, so why do you think they would believe the truth?
What I'm saying.
We haven't even officially got it started yet. All right. Last few girls give their opinions, and we're gonna open it back up to Myron and Walt.
Yeah, and
Go
let's
ahead.
kind of let them like finish what they got
I
to
think
say.
there's balance. So when I say they're correct and incorrect, I think
Sweetheart,
that's how
pass the mic, please.
It's fine. We'll give her. Don't worry.
She's
we're
gonna get another chance
We're
to
gonna
speak.
we're gonna give you a chance.
We just want to
Don't-
move on.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'm gonna just say 2 words: informational and delusional.
That was 3.
So
Using your word against
Are
you.
we the
It was
delusional ones? You
technically
think?
3, actually, but I was
Do you think we're the delusional ones?
We all are.
Okay, everyone.
Well, let me ask you this: how are we delusional? Specifically.
Uh-oh.
Just like women have their delusional moments, so do you guys.
Okay, can you tell us how we're delusional, specifically?
Which
I
part?
thought we were trying to like get on with the show.
Okay.
You know what? We're gonna pause the show for 1 second.
Okay.
You to answer this question.
Hey, don't worry, I'm gonna go back as well, but this is just interesting.
Just
how
real
are we
quick,
delusional specifically?
how are Fresh and Fit delusional, if you would?
The facts aren't always checked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, we don't know what you're saying.
Fact,
Please tell us.
It's a
fact.
fact.
Also, men are way more logical than women. So if anyone's delusional, it's going to lean more to the
not
women.
True. That's why people are
They
men
got
out
all the
there, like
answers.
beating
Wait, you
the
said
shit out
that's
of
not
each other.
true?
No,
That men
because
are-
there's so many men out there beating the shit out of each other
There's
because
a-
they can't even talk
That's
about
not
their
true.
feelings.
That's just called testosterone.
You don't think
It's
so?
driving to prove a
When you
point.
look at like abuse in relationships, like
Oh,
usually
let's not
there's
get
a lot
into
of
the
men,
stats on who's
or
abusing
men
you
that's
in
like
relationships.
fighting each other out there because they get really pissed or text.
Say that. Is that because you're married to a woman?
I'm not married to a woman.
I'm just saying.
Holy.
A lot of times women go with women because they go with women because they sort of hate men secretly. So that's what
You
they
think
do.
we hate men secretly?
Well, you were kind of just throwing them under the bus. These very nice gentlemen.
No, you were saying that men are not as emotional as women, which
They're
I
not.
completely. So why the fuck do we have so many men out there beating the shit out of each other? Like that's facts. That is true.
Rational thinking is like it's been scientific.
But they're taking it out physically and in anger. So of course they are emotional. Anger is an emotion.
I mean, if you want to use the metric
But
of
it is
violence,
emotional.
if
It
you want to
is
use the metric of
emotional.
violence, I mean, lesbian couples have the highest rates of domestic violence.
But that does
Women.
not
The thing
mean
is
that
that-
men are not being emotional by beating the shit out of each
Yeah,
other. Like it does
I'm not
happen.
arguing
We have
that-
to agree that men are emotional because they
No,
are
of course,
being
of course.
emotional.
Men have emotions just like women do. However, when a man is emotional, there's typically consequences to it because it ends in violence or some kind of issue. If men don't control their emotions, you end up with school shooters, terrible people, criminal, etc. But when women, they're allowed to not have to control their emotions, and it's not the
So
same.
they start crying, and that's so much worse than
Women have way more
physical.
They have way more hormones, first of all, that allow them to be mother and have children that have more emotional connection. Men are just naturally more logical. If you're
They're
talking about
that's
violence, that's
absolutely
not a bad
true.
thing always. It's actually a good thing. I'd rather have a man that can beat the shit out of someone than a beta male who just sits there and hands me a credit
And that's
card.
why MLD couldn't defend himself. And
credit card too.
And that's why MLD couldn't defend
Yeah,
himself.
let's wrap
He was
up
on
with
the show.
let's wrap up with the final
And
two
he was
girls.
walking out
Hold on,
crying like a
listen.
bitch.
There's one rule. If the host is speaking, the women shut up. Sorry. So, because I want to get through this, we have a lot to do, and I know there's going to be a lot of catting going on, and we'll let that happen throughout the show. Last two girls, give your opinion on Fresh and Fit, and we'll get back to the show.
Okay, so opportunistic, debatable, educational.
Okay.
Opportunistic in which way?
I just mean that you guys give us opportunity to come on here, express ourselves, and to also learn about your perspective as well as learning ours.
So that would make you opportunistic, not us.
How does that make me opportunistic?
Because you literally said, because we give you the opportunity.
But we get what we're trying to say. But yeah. that would mean that, yeah.
Potato.
All right, last one.
What's up, guys? From my experience, I feel like you guys are caring from the situations I had. And also, I feel like you guys are easily impressionable. And resilient. I'll say that too. Every battle and war, y'all just somehow come out still. But y'all are very impressionable.
She gave the most bipolar answer ever. She's like, I love you, but I hate you too.
I know.
Yeah.
I hate you, Myron, but I love you. I want to.
Well, I was going to go back.
Yeah.
So you said you don't like us. Why specifically?
Because I think in a podcast, everybody can share their opinions. And if you don't like it, you can respect.
But
that's it.
Isn't it fair that an opinion can still be incorrect?
Depends. Who is the owner of the truth? You are the owner of the truth?
No, but the thing
Nobody
is
is
that
the owner of the truth.
It's his podcast.
Here's the thing. If I say something that's true or someone else says something that's true, it doesn't mean that I own the truth. It's just that I'm reporting the truth. The truth always stands. But opinions don't necessarily always stand unless it is the truth.
Opinions are opinions.
But opinions can be incorrect.
Yes.
And I think that's the problem, is that so many women think that their opinions are valid regardless of how ludicrous they might sound.
Right.
But we don't tell women like you're wrong because we want to fuck them.
Right.
That's the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, women don't get negative feedback for being wrong or for poor actions, poor decisions. Rarely, if ever, because we have an entire industry that's predicated on selling to women. So advertisers understand this. It's better to give women comforting lies versus harsh truths. That's how they sell. That's why women control 3/4 of the debt and 80% of the consumer base.
Or that's why there's plus-size women on Sports Illustrated. I just said it. Yes, I did.
For example,
Oh, no, look at the ratio.
For example, when I was in your podcast, I said that for me is really important in a man that be spiritual, and you funny about me in your podcast, you know. If for you, if this is not important, for me it's important, and you don't respect.
Being what, spiritual?
That's why I say you have to respect other opinions.